Hi friend, welcome back to Subtech Online. Today it's me, Sabit Christopher. We are going to look at how you can create a graph in Excel, then shift it to PowerPoint for both animation and presentation. So stay around until the end of the video. So going directly to our screen. Okay. What you're looking at is an already done chart from Excel. This is Excel. All the animations are going to be done in PowerPoint, like I've already done so. And it will be something sweet to present to your audience. Let's first hit present and look at this. So on click, we shall have the heading, zoom out, then we shall have the series, the categories come out. Those are the cells by country. Then you note out, as you're explaining to your audience, you note out the best two regions that have done more sales. Then you also look at the variance in budget and actual one by one, how every country has been working with the capital and the income or the expenses, both on actuals and budget. So I think this is it. So let's see how we can come up with such a presentation. Please stick on up to the end. The first thing we shall do, you'll have your data. So you can check our videos. One of the videos we have ever done on our channel about actuals and targets or budgets. In our channel, the link is attached in the description. So we have our data, that is country, the actuals and budgets, just simple data. Now what we want to do is, the first thing is we have to create a bar chart or a column chart, I can say. So creating a column chart of the actuals by country, select the data, go to insert. Always look for recommended charts first. I recommend this to anyone that the first thing you should always look for, first look for recommended charts, because that is always the best option. Already the intel since in Excel has already seen your data that this could be the best option. So you can first go for that. So this time we are inserting, looking through the recommendations, we see that the first recommendation given to us is the clustered chart, the clustered column. And that's what we shall go with. So I'll select this and OK. So those who have not watched anything about how to create charts on our channel, please, you can look for those videos. But we can do a quick one, create a fancy graph from our data. First of all, I will not need the header because I will have the header from I will have the header in PowerPoint. I will not have the x-axis, sorry, the y-axis. So we also eliminate that because at the end of the day, we are going to have data labels. So we can have the data labels. Then we may not need the grid lines. Select one of them, delete. Now at the moment, double click for us to get the side option. The format area. So the format area, at the moment we have the fill and line, that is the plot area option. So to get the third option, click on any of the bars, you'll get the series options. What are we looking at? We want to reduce this gap. We want to reduce the gap between the bars. So reducing the gap between the bars, click on the series option. We are going to look at mostly on the gap width. So the gap width is always by default 19%, but we need this one at 100%. So the moment we increase that to 100%, I hope you note that when you increase it to 100%, you see the space between the bars reduces. So That is it. You can go ahead and change the colors. We may not need a border. That is it. No border. We can look for a solid fill. We can go with gray, one of my best colors. Okay, I think this is it all. What else you can go ahead and increase the width or the depth or the width of the y-axis line. So we do that from the axis, but at the moment, let's focus on. So when you go to the axis, there are those options. So you can always preview through those options. Check our video about graphs. All is done from there. Now, this is it. Let's go for, we can remove even the border. So we don't need any border on our chart. Now, the next thing is we are going to look for the best or the largest cells, the best countries, the two best countries with the largest cells. So this is two large actuals. We can call them actuals. Okay, how do we get the largest actuals? We have two functions in Excel, that is the large function and the small function. We can always use these two functions to come up with what is the largest first, second, and third, or the smallest first, second, and third in your array. Let's say the array of the actuals. So the formula is equals to large. So the large, you select the array. I will look it by the way. Then the k, now this one is the number of identities you want to look at. If you want to look at two largest, so which means I will put 2. If I want 3, I will put 3. So if I want 2, then which means the 2 means now it will bring for you the second largest. Then when you check 1, it will bring you the first largest. But here in point we want to have, if this action is among the best 2, then we should have it. If it is not, then it should be blank. What do we use there? We use an if formula, an if function. So an if function here it notes that we shall always go for if this one will be equal to if. We have to test the actions. So we have to test our action. So if this actual is greater than or equal to what? We are looking for the largest. So we shall ask ourselves, is greater than or equal to the largest. What largest? What is the array? This is the array. Remember to lock the array because it is a constant range. Now we want two largest from that array. Then we close that. Now here it is, if this one, if 7,000 is among the best 2, then what should Excel do for you? That's now the value. Then Excel should bring for me exactly this. If it is not, then Excel bring for me blanks. So which means if 7,000 is among the best 2, then it will bring for me that 7,000. If it is not, then it will bring for me blank. So this is the blank. Then you drag this up to the end of your range. So you will find that we have two values. This one is Zambia with 13K and Kenya with 11.5K because they are the two best countries with the best actuals. So we can format these to numbers. I think this is it. Now, what next? We are supposed to add this series to our already formatted graph. So there are two options how you can add those series. The first option is copy the series and paste it in your graph. I'm going to show you that. That is a shortcut. Then another option, we are going to use the chart design tab. Then you select on the select data. Okay, select your graph, go to the ribbon, the chart design, select data. So that's how we add a series. So you add, we already have actuals, now we're adding another series. Here they're asking us for the header. So the series name is that. Then the series value, always there is the default of equals 1, an array. So we select our range. So you automatically see when I enter OK this, then again OK. So at the moment we see that Kenya and Zambia, they are already having another loop of the orange bar which has been added because they stand to be the best. So the moment we change for Uganda, let's say to 13K 900, something like this, it will just be automatic dynamic. It will change now for Uganda. So let's make sure that we don't have data labels for the largest. So we remove those data labels. Okay. Now this is it. Now what is next? What is next? It is we are going to overlap this because we don't need to look at the two bars for the largest actuals, the countries with the largest actuals. Select your, since I'm already in the format pane, so select your graph, go to the series option. This time we are looking at the series overlap. Now series overlap, we are increasing this to 100. So the moment you make it 100, it overlaps the actual in the background. Remember, the two largest actuals, the second series we added came first after, which means it has to be on the top of the other. So you can change that depending on which one you need. How do we change that? By going to the design, select data, then you flip them here. So when I flip this one like this, the other one goes backwards. When you flip this like this one goes in front. So that's how you do it. Now this is it, which means that every change I do, let's say if I make Tanzania to have 13,400, automatically Zambia will lose the position for the best two and Tanzania will take over. So I think you see that it becomes dynamic because of the formula we have put. Mark the formula, we test whether the actual is greater than or is in range with the second largest. If you want the three largest, it will give. If you want only one, it will give you the one. It is all about what you put on the constant bit. Okay, now one of our graph is done. Let's move to another series. Now the other series we are going to look at now the comparison between the budgets and the actual. Now this I will call it the variance. So as I've already said, we have a video about this. You can go and watch in details. So this will be just a simple formula equals to actual minus budget. So actual minus budget, which means here we are considering if this one is an expense or it can be an expense or it can be income. So if the actual done sales of 13.9 and our budget was 19 point that, which means we are below our budget or we are below target. So I will drag this up to the end of our range. Now this is it. Now we are creating a variance chart. So creating a variance chart, select the two series, that is the countries and the variance. Go to insert, go to recommended charts. First of all, the recommended charts, I already have the first one. We'll go for that. You see, when you're using 365 has a map chart. So you can go to Microsoft Office website, see the subscription fee is around $79 annually. So you can subscribe for that. So you have that, you see it is already giving us, it is already detecting the countries, Uganda and that, making the other one more darker, but this time you're looking at the variance. So going with the variancy, that is okay. We insert our chart. This is it. So we are going to reformat this chart like how we do. First of all, we don't need grid. We don't need grid lines. You delete those. We don't need the vertical axis. We don't need the labels on the y-axis. So we also remove those. So there is an option of going by with the labels. So when you go to the axis, when you go to the axis option, so you see on the horizontal, on the labels, sorry for that. So on the labels, you can remove or insert. So if you don't need the labels, you say none. You remove the labels, but you remain with the horizontal line. That's our target. But when you delete, even the horizontal line is deleted. So we need to make this transparent, so we don't need any fill. And also for the chart area, we don't need any fill. Then another thing, we don't need borders still. Also here, we don't need borders. So our chart now is completely transparent. We can move this in line with that, and we insert labels because we don't have axes. So we insert labels. Then what next? Enlarge this to make sure that it fits and aligns with the upper axis because it is what we are relying on. So I think this should be the best fit. We'll go with that. Then here we extend this for Uganda. Okay, now I think this is better. We can reduce this. We just need to look at the variance. We don't need something. Okay. First of all, also we don't need the header. We remove it. So here we go. At least we had some bit with our chart. Now, the next thing is we want to insert the inversion of colors. If it is a negative, let it show another color. If it is a positive, let it show another color. And this should be dynamic. Don't create this by clicking on every bar and setting it a solid fill. It will not be dynamic, but what we do is we select this, we go to the fill, we always have the invert. I can enlarge for you this one. So when you check this, we have the invert. So when I click on the invert, select the invert, it will give you the first color. This one is for positive. For positive, we are going to give it green. Here we can go with this shouting green. Then the next, that is the negative, I will give it the red. So minimizing this again, you will check that all the negatives are red and all the positives are green. So maybe if I want to change one, like if we change this to have 9,100, you'll see automatically this will change from a negative to a positive. So that is it. That's how you can do it. Now, the next bit is we are going to our PowerPoint. We are going now to present this into the PowerPoint. So we are going to copy our graphs, which we have already worked upon in Excel. We take them to PowerPoint, then we start looking at how we can animate them, how we can create all the other bits such that we can have the best presentation at the end of the day. So let's hit our screen and we go directly to PowerPoint. Okay, this is now this is it. This is what you're looking at. I'm going to create a new sheet slide. So a new slide, we shall put our own custom title. We shall have our own details, charts, and all the other. Now the first thing I do, I will go to my Excel. First copy the first graph, copy, then in PowerPoint, Control V. That is this. So you have to make sure that it doesn't come as an object. So using 365, even it gives you the design ideas. You can peruse through and look for the design ideas, but this is not the target for now. So now we are looking at having the graphs from Excel to PowerPoint, and this is the second. Okay, yeah, we have all our graphs in Excel, sorry, in PowerPoint. So I can select the two. You don't need these ideas. I select the two, increase this such that it fits our slide. Then I will move this one down a bit such that we have space for the header. So we can reduce this more. So which means you can even do more setup in PowerPoint. You don't have to be limited that you do everything from Excel. So I'm going to copy the header from here. We all are aware on how you can create a header in PowerPoint. First of all, before I paste the header from the other slide we have, just come on insert, on shapes, insert the header. This is it. So there you just insert the header, then you can also insert the subheader. Give it all the formatting and you'll be good to go. This time I'm just copying and pasting from the other end to manage time. Okay, this is it. So paste this one here. So now this is already our graph we have. You can go ahead and even get other icons. Let's say you can insert icons. In 365 we have icons. Office 365 we have icons. So if you don't have 365, you can get icons directly from the web. Download them from the internet, and you'll have to include them in your presentation. So now here I can say maybe I can put budget, because since I'm looking at budget, I can put anyone, and you'll have to search for it. If it doesn't find, then we can have and use target. So target, then I can go with this. Okay, so this is my icon. So I'll have to include my icon here, and you can change the color. You can use dark blue. This is it. So which means still you can animate your target, you can animate your icons, you can animate your headers, you can animate your graphs, and this is what we are hitting up. So remembering you that please, if it is your first time to this channel, please hit that red button, give us a thumbs up if you like our content, and go ahead and comment, and we shall come up with a video or a feedback for any comment you include in this video. Find all the details you need in the description for this video if you're watching from YouTube. Okay, now let's go ahead and animate this. Let's start with the header. So I will select the header, go to animation. I'm going to animate this. It is already having a zoom. That is it. We shall use a zoom, and this is on click. So you can manage this whether it will be on click or it will be after the previous, which means after previous, the moment the slide starts, after the duration you have given it the delay, it will be appearing. So this one will be after click. Then the second, also it is a zoom. You can select any, but this is a zoom. Then there is grow and turn, but you don't have to overuse animations. Professionally, there are some animations which don't work for your presentations. Now here you can go ahead and do this after previous, which means after the other header, then we shall have this. We can include a delay of around 0.5 seconds, and that will be the duration. Okay, now we can also animate our icon. So I can give this icon a spin. So you see that spin. So I can animate that one, and I will also animate it after previous. So after the other header, this one will go on. I will give it a delay of 0.25 seconds. Now we go to our chart, the first chart. The first thing is you have to make sure that you have to create visibility of some of the details to make sure that even backbenchers are able to read your data. Increase this font and bold them. You can increase to 14 and bold them. You do the same for your axis labels. Increase also to that and bold them. So you can increase the more. Then here you can manage to put it on top, to put it below. You can manage even the direction, how they have to appear, but we don't have to be more extravagant. Let's leave the horizontal one. So there are many options you can go for. You can do the line spacing, all that bit. You can center, you can align left, you can all that bit. So we are going to animate this. Select your graph, go to animation. This time I'm going to animate this with wipe. So I'm going to animate it with wipe. Then when you check, you have to activate this animation pane. So when you check the animation, it brings the whole object. So come on the effect options. You can get the effect options from here, or you can get them from here. So the effect options, yeah, coming from bottom to up, the wipe is fine, but I don't want it in sequence. I don't want it as an object. I want it to come as series. So by series, which means I will first have the actuals, then I will have the two largest on top. So I have now to delay this. So coming on this, the background, it will appear on this one will appear after the previous. We can increase the delay after previous. Then I'll have the first series to appear also after previous. Or this one I can do with a click, but I will do a delay after I've clicked. I can do the delay of 1 second, and the duration we can go for 1 second also. Then after that one will be on click. Then the actuals, the two largest actuals, also we shall go with click. This is 1. Also we shall delay by 1. That is it. Now we can try this and see how it is. So that's how we need it. So checking this again, I think you check, that's how it is. So stop, let's start from the beginning. So we shall have the header, we shall have the subtitle, we shall have the spin of shall have that one appearing, the swipes and that. So if you want to delay more on the wipes, then you do on the delays. So you can increase this to around 2, then also this one to around 2. So and that will be now something better to go with. So you can even go ahead and change these colors depending on how you need your chart. You can change the colors and all the other bit, but that is not the goal now. Now what we go for, we are going for the duration, the variation. Now we want also to animate the variation, but we want to animate first the negatives, then we shall animate the positives, then we shall animate lastly the highest. So we shall begin with the lowest, which is this. So I will still create an animation here. So I will also use the wipe, or you can use the fly in or the float in. So you check the float in, it comes as 1. So this is the fly in and this is the fade. So you can choose any you want to use. So we shall go with the wipe. So still it has to be from the bottom, which is fine. Then we also need by series. we shall need by element in series. So this is it, one by one, like that. So now, when you check this, starting from this one is the first one. This one we shall want it to appear on click. So, okay, yeah, this is on click. This one is after previous. Then this one will be on click because I will need to explain as we go on. Then I increase this to 1, put the delay to 2. Then select these up to this one, all of them. I want them to appear at once, all the middle ones, because there's not much to explain about them. So I will do start with previous, and I will come here, delay them by 1 minute. Then the duration will be 1 minute. Okay. Now the last one, this one has to come on click, and the duration will be 2 because I'll have to talk a lot about it, and this one too because that is. Now let's look at our animation first. You can first play the whole thing. So this is it, and that one, the spin, and that. So that is the wipe. Then we have the largest ones. Then these ones appear. Then the other one, and lastly the most. So we can present this. So on click, we shall have the header and the subtitle. We have the spin of the icon. We have that. So here now the click, it will bring the actuals. Then a click as you explain to the audience, which means at this point, the audience will be getting your data in bits as you get time to explain, such that at the end of the day, you don't need to have the audience to choose where to apply their attention, and they lose focus on you, the presenter. Then another thing why we do this, sometimes when you present without animations, you find that the audience will begin examining the data which you are not discussing about, and at the end of the day, they lose out. Then the audience will no longer listen because they will get much attention to the graph because they are looking at all the details that they go, and that one gives them the focus to make sure that they understand the presentation and not listening to you, the presenter. So going on, you have the swipe for the the variance, and at the end of the day, you have the swipe for the highest, the one which has done best at the actuals and budget comparisons. So this is it. Well, I'm going to include the files we have used, both the Excel and the PowerPoint, in the description below. You can download and go on and practice with the files. Then another thing, what you should note is we make sure that you hit that ready button. Give us a thumbs up if you find our content helpful. Go ahead and hit that bell such that you can get instant notifications every time we upload any video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.